Good morning, children. We are in the English video session, Class 10. The textbook is the supplementary reader. Topic number 6, the making of a scientist. I repeat, chapter number 6, supplementary reader. Topic is the making of the scientist. We are in the concluding part of the work, the making of a scientist. Now let's continue. Ebright and his college roommate James R. Wong worked all night drawing pictures and constructing plastic models of molecules to show how it could happen. Together, they later wrote the paper that explained the theory. Okay, what they found it, that is nucleus. What is how the cell is able to read the DNA blueprint of the DNA. These two are different identities. It was all how they are doing. But now he found out that inside the cell that is a nucleus, and the nucleus DNA is present. That is why they are able to read the entire DNA structures and hereditary. Okay, yes. Now let's see. Surprising no one who knew it. Surprising no one who knew him. Richard E. Bright graduated from Harvard with the highest honors, second in the class of 1510. E. Bright went on to become graduate student researcher at Harvard Medical School. There he began doing experiments to test this theory. So he needs more experiments to prove him this particular part to the people. Okay, it is not sufficient that he has found out and he has written papers. He need to explain. There may be 101 doubts arising from everybody. So he needs to do more experiments to clarify the point which he tries to emphasize upon. If the theory proves correct, it was a big step towards understanding the processes of life. Leave alone the butterflies, he has created a great study in evolution itself in DNA, nucleus, and cells. Okay. It might also lead to new ideas for preventing some types of cancer and other diseases. All of this is possible because Ebright's scientific curiosity. So it all because of Ebright's scientific curiosity. His high school research into the purpose of the spots on the monarch pupa eventually led him to the theory about cell life. Okay, so from school, no, not even school. He started when he was in second grade, third grade, then seventh grade. He was going on working every day. It is not a 1 day, 2 day research, is it not? Yes, about the cell life. Richard E. Bright has been interested in science since he first began collecting butterflies. Because he was not having any other in Pennsylvania, he was not able to go to any football or a baseball team. So he opted for the science learning and he was very successful in that. Okay. But not so deeply that he hadn't time for other interests. Ebright also became a champion debater and a public speaker and a good canoeist, an all-round outdoor person. So apart from this, he had developed all these skills also. He is also an expert photographer, particularly of nature and scientific exhibits. Naturally, so much studies he is doing on butterflies and that. Naturally, he will be having a in-depth knowledge, and his photographs are going to be the best in scientific exhibits. He has to show it only through photographs. In high school, Richard E. Bright of his energy towards the debating in high school, Richard E. Bright was straight A student. A straight A student means what? Everything it is was highest in this grades. Because learning was easy, he turned a lot of his energy towards debating and model United Nations Club. He also found someone to admire Richard A. Vieira, his social studies teacher and advisor of both clubs. Richard A. Vieira, his social studies teacher and advisor on both clubs. Mr. Vieira was a perfect person for me then. He opened my mind to new ideas. So again and again, you should not close the other channels also. You need to be open to many social issues. So he opened up. Richard would always give that extra effort. Extra effort. Everybody takes 10%, he takes 100%. Mr. Vieira said, what pleased me was there was this person who put it 3 or 4 hours at night doing debate research besides doing all his research with butterflies and his other interests. So, apart from this, 4 hours at night doing debate research, what he will do, just research, no, he goes deep into his debate also. He does research for his debate also. Okay, children? Yes, doing all his research which butterflies and others interest. So, whatever he is doing, he always takes an extra effort. So, children, now you understood the success stories. It's always the effort everybody does. But that extra work, extra effort done by very few make them extremely successful. Effort is done by everybody. Okay? Yes. And that is one of the ingredients. Yes. Richard was competitive. Competitive, he was not ready to get going for a compromise. Sufficient, no. Mr. Vieira continued. But not in a bad sense, he explained. Richard wasn't interested in winning for the winning sake or winning to get a prize. Rather, he was winning because he wanted to get the best job. He wanted to do the best out of it. For the right reason. He wants to be the best for the right reason. So, there are two ways, bad as well as good. His reasoning was always for learning more, his curiosity to learn more, know more, identify more. That made him do the best job he could. Okay, now, and this is the one of the most ingredient in making of the scientist. What is the most ingredient? First, you have to have the right thought, right reasoning, and another thing, you have to be competitive, not for winning, but only to win because you have to do the best job. The work which you do should be the right for the best. Okay, and always you have to do an extra effort. Effort, remember, everybody does. How do you differentiate between a person with success and others? The one who is successful makes an extra effort. Everybody does effort, but the one who has gone climbed up makes an extra effort. And that one is the ingredient in the making of scientists. Start with a first rate mind, add curiosity, and mix it well. Mix it with will to win for the right reason. Will to win for the right reason. If you have the will to win for the right reason, then nothing can stop anybody. Ebride had all these qualities. From the time the book, The Travels of Monarch X, opened the world to the science of science to him, Richard Ebride never lost his scientific curiosity. So you remember the mother who brought him the book, The Monarch Butterfly, and how he learned that it has the butterflies migrate. You remember? From that is his curiosity began. Okay, children, such a wonderful story and such a leave alone story. It's so energetic. I think all the children have to read this story n number of times so that the real most of the children feel that why am I? I'm not. I am also putting effort. I am also putting effort. Why am I not successful? This is a very common question that is asked to me as a teacher by many children when I am doing why I am not successful. Efforts are made by everybody. You ought to do effort, but few people are getting more because the extra effort. That extra effort requires lot of sacrifice from your side. Look at the number of hours his night study he has done. How much of detailed work. When you say enough is enough, then the results are also enough is enough. When you go deep into it, and that too with passion, you're not doing it in a forced manner. It is more like you love it and do it. The more you involve yourself to the work, naturally you are glued to more and more work, and success doesn't wait to come inside, it just comes to you. Okay, you don't need to go behind success or search for success. Success searches and comes to you. That's the message, wonderful message we understand from the story. Robert W. Patterson is the one who wrote it. That's a wonderful story. Richard E. Bright. I think you all must read this story n number of times. It is required especially at this time. Now let us see some of the glossary. Leagues, groups of sports clubs and teams playing matches among themselves. County is region. That county small place like Bijapur. Okay, county. Starling is Common European bird with a black, brown spotted plumage, which nest near building is a good mimic. Okay, starling. Common European, a small black bird. Okay, it is spotted with plumage, brown color spots are there. Okay, and its nests are near the buildings. Entomology, study of insects. Remember what is entomology, children? Study of insects. Eureka, you remember how Archimedes, when he found the laws, he just said Eureka. Canoeist paddles the canoe, light boat. Okay, you remember paddles? Yeah, canoe. Yes. So, see the questions, think about it. How can one become a scientist, an economist, or historian? Does it simply involve reading books? No. Does it involve observing, thinking, as well as doing experiments? See, remember? Yes. You must have read about the cells and the DNA in your science book. Discuss Richard E. Bright work in the light of what you have studied. Do you get an opportunity to work like E. Bright in projects and experiments? Which field would you like to work and why? So definitely now you would have got an idea of what to do. Yes, children? Yes. Children everywhere wonder about the world around them. The questions they ask becoming scientific inquiry. Okay, what is DNA fingerprints? What are its uses? How are honeybees identify their own honeycombs? Why does the rain fall in drops? Why it is not pouring? See, why don't you find out Yashpal's? I think Professor Yashpal is giving all these answers. Why don't you listen, children? Go and find out. Now you have got here in the house. You all have plenty. Give some time for your scientific inquiry. Yes, studies always are important. Scientific inquiry is more important, especially for an youngster like you. Carry on with it, children. Thank you. Bye. Can write the question and answers of this session also. Okay. Thank you, children. Bye.